it's Sam with Katie, and welcome back to another Good Takes. Today we're doing something a little different. It's another tier list, but the theme this time is some of the classic video games that Katie and I grew up playing a lot with our brother. Uh, most of these games are from the mid 90s to early 2000s. We have a lot of great memories. Some of these most people will know. I think we have a few random ones in here, and we're gonna list them based off the fondness of our memories. How does that sound?
Well, I personally am really looking forward to it. It'll be a great trip down memory lane for us.
Agreed.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got our tier list up. We've put in 60 games that we grew up playing pretty religiously. Yeah, like Sam said, some of them are a bit out there, but I think we should just dive right in. And they're not really in any order, so you're just going to have to roll with us. But let's just start at the top here in terms of the games that we have identified. The first one is a great one,
Yeah, we're starting
GoldenEye
off
007.
strong.
Yeah, we truly are. The GoldenEye game 007. We played it for the N64. This was the first game that really taught me what an angry human being I am because I've never felt such imminent rage. And this was the era of the two-player games, and coming from a three-sibling
Four player,
households. True, but we always played two-player. Why did
three
we do
player.
that?
Because no, we would play with three because our brother we would bond by shooting Katie's corpse
That's
endlessly.
right.
Because in this game, the bloodied body after you're killed in like a death match maintained through your lives, your subsequent lives. I believe you always played Jaws.
I was always Jaws, which I now realize that you all foisted the largest player on me, so probably easiest to have the kill shot.
Hmm.
And do you remember?
Insanity was a classic.
And you were
He was
always
short,
Bond.
right? Yeah, and
Yes,
Bond. Because
our
how could you
older
not
brother
be?
was
Yeah.
had all the tricks, and he would pick the smallest character and not give us any advantage. And we always played with DK mode on in the settings so that
Hmm.
you had these huge heads, so the headshots were easier. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was
This
the
game was
first.
incredible. There's
It was
so
a great
many
game.
ways you could tweak the matches, like clappers
Yeah.
only, or the paintball mode. Like, honestly, it's an unbelievable multiplayer experience. It's an S tier, I think.
Totally agreed. Especially the way you're able to choose the type of weapons you're going to use in each different game. All the different layouts, like the different, what am I trying to
The
say?
maps.
Courses. Yes, the maps, exactly. Oh my God. So many memories. The temple in particular was
Yeah,
a very
Temple,
frustrating
exactly.
one. Okay, amazing. We're starting strong. We got our first S tier, GoldenEye 007. No question about it. All right, the next one was Banjo Kazooie, which we played on the N64 as well. I didn't love this game as much. It was fun, but I remember it being actually kind of challenging, or at least it was for me.
I think they were as well, because there was this one in Banjo-Tooie. Oddly enough, my memories with this one the most was uh, when we would go to the dentist because they had an N64 there as well
Weird.
in the waiting room. I agree. I think it was challenging, or maybe we were just young. Not my favorite from our. It's interesting. The characters are unique, but not my favorite. What do you think?
I mean, I'm going to go B or C, maybe C. I just don't remember it as
Yeah,
fondly as
that's
some of the other
fair.
ones I know are coming up. All right, now this one might be our first out of left field one, but Bugs Bunny and Taz. Time Attack
Time
or
Busters. I think it's
Time
Time Busters.
Busters? Yeah. Okay, this was a great game. I don't know if anyone else played this, but we loved it.
Hmm. Do you want to
Um,
divulge what we would do instead of playing through the actual purpose of the game?
it's so embarrassing because I was actually just racking my brain. I don't even remember the real premise of the game, aside of one person being Taz and one person being Bugs Bunny. But there was such an open world, and we used to play hide and seek. I remember. So one of us
Hmm.
would kind of hide our eyes as one person hid their character. And then the other person would have to go find them. And I don't even remember the logistics of how we could do that. It was not split screen, it was a shared screen
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
also you could
But I think you
teleport
could
to
find a
your
way. Yes, that's right.
partner. So if we cheated, you could teleport right to where someone was. And if you had a really good hiding spot, we would get so mad at the other person for cheating. I mean, I think this just
Yeah.
shows a glimpse into our weirdness as children.
The game itself, I don't recall being that great. I only really remember like you're hunting down, I think it's Yosemite Sam. But
Sounds right.
memory-wise, it's an A. The game I can't actually speak to because we definitely went through it, but I don't remember it half as much as hide and seek.
All right, I agree. This is our tier list and we can rank it how we want it. So
Damn right.
probably completely unacceptable and inappropriate, but it will be an A for us. Good times. Okay, getting into some of the Crash games. We played these religiously on our PS1. Crash Bash was a solid. It was a really fun game because it was a one-player game that had a lot of two-player interactive moments, right? So you could kind of tag team doing the different levels. I
I think
actually,
the entire thing was a party game.
yes, you're right. Like a Mario Party style, just doing these different kind of mini games, and they were really fun. I fondly
Mm.
remember the ones where you had to kind of goal keep with these electric moving kind of metal balls,
That's right.
and the
Yes.
pogo
Or
stick one
yeah,
where
the
you would
pogo ones
color
is
the
the one I was thinking
squares.
of. Yes.
It's
A
fun. I
lot
mean,
of
it's not the
fun,
best,
honestly.
but
I don't know. Like I think it's a strong A. It's not the best Crash game, but
yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Okay, I agree. It's not the best Crash game, but it was really fun. So we'll put that in A. Oh my God. So next, is that
This
Warped?
is Warped, yeah.
Yeah, I loved
The
this
greatest Crash
game.
game.
I feel like you liked these games more than the others simply because you could ride the tigers at certain
Yes,
points.
yes. Polar uh,
And
and
but I
Pura,
don't think
yeah,
you can
Pura.
ride the polar bear at any point.
I'm pretty sure. I know you Coco rides Pura on the
The
Great Wall
Great
of
Wall of
China.
China, yeah.
Yeah, but
That's a
yeah,
great
maybe
game.
you're right. It is a great game. I think that's an S game. I think not only
I
just memory
agree.
wise, but also just like on the PlayStation.
Totally. It was really fun. The bosses, it was kind of challenging, but not challenging enough that you couldn't get through the game. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. S tier for sure. Now, Crash Bandicoot, we didn't really play that one as much. It was just kind of the level by level you're playing as Crash. Really not my favorite. I think I'd throw it in B.
Yeah, I agree. We didn't spend so much time with it as the other ones.
Agreed. However, I think it's going to be unanimous on Crash Team Racing
Absolutely.
CTR. This is without question an S tier. The most played game, except perhaps 007 in our household.
Yeah, it's if it doesn't exceed it, it's very close. Like those, it absolutely was those two. I think CTR is the greatest like kart racing game
Yeah,
that we ever played. Like when we played a lot of them.
we
CTR
did. We
is
loved a racing
unbelievable.
game. So good. A Polar Pass will forever be my
Hmm.
favorite level, but
Great
there were so many good
family
ones.
feuds going on in that one.
Oh my gosh. And once again, no one telling us that the cute characters we liked were the slowest ones. Like, okay, thanks, fam. Anyway, moving on. Okay, another PS1 game, Croc. This was another random one. Any of the individual player games, I keep remembering them as being hard, and I think it's just because I was objectively bad at video games and you carried me through multiplayers. But I also remember Croc being kind of hard.
Yeah, I agree, but my memory of the game isn't so great. I remember that like they were animal characters, and
They're
I want to say it was
crocodiles.
kind of like Banjo-Kazooie where they don't speak, but I don't really remember. I would even put this in a C just because of like I remember the game, but no strong memories come out of it.
Agreed. Agreed. See, it is. Okay, God, these are getting kind of small. I don't even know what that one is here.
That's Earthworm Jim
Oh my God, how didn't I recognize my boy? Okay,
with
even
the
though
Sega Genesis.
it was, so this is going way back to the Genesis days. I loved this game. This game was really fun. It was still hard for me. I'm
Yeah, this
sensing a
one is hard
pattern,
as this is hard as hell.
but
Yeah,
it is really fun. And it's so cool. Like, what a weird concept to be this earthworm superhero. I don't
from
know.
like
I
outer
liked this
space.
game. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, there's something, he's wearing like a spacesuit. Again, I don't really remember a lot of it. I remember kind of running through the city. Um, but I just mostly remember watching our older brother play this and then
I was just
attempting to
gonna
play it
say this is
ourselves.
mainly his. We would just sit there and all.
All right, let's put it in
I think
B because he did
yeah,
it
it's a B.
impressively.
Yeah.
Shout out to the older bros. Okay, I really am sensing a theme, but Donkey Kong 64 is actually one of the hardest games ever, and it
Yes,
infuriated me, and I
it's
hate
tough.
it. I actually hate the game.
No, it's a fantastic game. We didn't spend so much time with it, um,
It's a
but
classic.
it is a classic. It's a classic. So if you rank this low, you're gonna have a lot of haters. But uh, I'll leave this one up to you.
Oh, well, the pressure. All right, well, I do what I want. I feel like it's a B. Is that
I
good
think that's
enough?
fair.
Does
I
that
think that's
assuage the
fair
haters?
because the way that I'm viewing this is like our what we got out of these games.
Yeah, and I think you prefaced that, but that is a fair call out. We are in no way suggesting that, you know, this is based on the actual quality of the games. This is our personal lived experience and how fondly we remember them. So let's keep that in mind as we go forward. Donkey Kong's a B. Now, Echo was a sick game. And
Very
even though it
sick.
was very, basic, I really loved it. I feel like we played this one a lot.
But this one was hard as hell too. This was so difficult. At
This is
least that's
back
what
when
I
games
remember.
were hard, though. Like, they were really,
Yes,
even
yeah,
the
absolutely.
games for really young kids, like, we struggled.
But I don't think we ever beat it. I don't even think we came
Oh,
close.
I didn't even know it was beatable. I thought you just struggled forever until you gave up.
No, as kids, I don't even know how aware we were of the story. It's like time travel, and you're stopping aliens underwater. Like I had gone
What?
back a few years ago on an emulator with this, and I
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is way out there. I thought you were literally just a dolphin in the ocean with your friends,
So did
but
I. Although those time
there's a
lapses,
whole
like,
sci-fi.
you know,
Yeah,
you
and
go
you
through
go
the
through the bubble
holes in the.
rings.
Yes,
Yes.
okay. This makes sense to me, but brand new information.
Hmm.
Wow, we really didn't respect you, Echo. Should have done better, but I'm feeling like that's a B as well.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. All right, I got to let you speak to Final Fantasy because this is one of those games that I would have just been running around in circles trying to replicate what you and our brother were doing, but I have no idea how this game
It's
works.
tough. This game is objectively like out there an S tier game, especially for the PlayStation 1. I don't know if you remember, but the disc for this was so thick. There were three discs, I believe, in the case, and it was like a whole new world. When we were young, these games are hard and they're turn-based, kind of like Pokemon, but much more involved. So the game is unbelievable, but for our purposes, we didn't really play it so much when we were kids, and we focused more on the co-op
Well,
games.
did you play it at all? Just do your
Yeah,
rating.
yeah.
What would you rate it?
It's
Because
an
I
S
don't think
tier
it's.
game. The game is
Then
an
there we
S tier,
go.
and it holds up. The graphics are quite dated, but
Fair. I mean, the three disc game, though, that's such a foreign concept
so
now. It's
impressive.
like when you would have the double VHS, like the Titanic.
That's right.
So,
Yes,
really shows you're
exactly.
getting into an epic. Okay, let's keep going. So, Frogger 2 is another one we played a bunch for PlayStation 1. A classic game. I know it's like an arcade game, but we always had fun with it. I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Um, but I feel like it's still kind of around that B. Like, it was fun to play, but not something you sit
We'd
around,
play it for like
you
30
know.
minutes at a time, maybe. Yeah, like it gets a little like the levels, if I recall, in this one can be quite interesting, but at the end
Yeah,
of the day, it's the same
it's
thing
Frogger.
over and over. Yeah, it's Frogger.
All right, you
That's
know
a
what?
C.
With that, I agree. C it is. All right, just a couple of the GTAs because we could have done a separate one on GTA alone here.
Hmm.
But Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, that was one of the older ones, or one of the last ones I remember playing at least. It was
Yeah,
good. I
this was
really
like
liked the
towards
game.
the end of us playing games together in like a major way.
Yeah,
This one's awesome. And you could do like a two-player mode in this.
yeah, that's
You had to
right.
like go to some house. I don't really remember all the ins and outs. It's a great game. The music in this one is some of the best. I think it's an S
Music
tier.
is class. All right, agreed. Love it. Oh, but then Vice City right after, because Vice City is my personal. Like, I love Vice City. I just remember it more than San
Hmm.
Andreas. I remember how violent you were able to get with these games where you could cut someone's head off with a machete
The
and the
machete.
blood would be
That's right.
spurting. Like, that's pretty much all I remember doing. This is another one where I didn't really actually play the game.
No,
I
we just
just ran
slaughter people.
around killing people and stealing cars.
No, I
Um,
don't think we ever did any of the missions. Like our older brother, we would just hop on his save file. This
yeah,
and number three. And I consider
yeah.
them quite similar in my memory anyways,
I think they
but a
both. I
rating
think
too.
San Andreas and Vice City deserve S.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, Guitar Hero 2 is a little bit random, but we did play this game so often. I absolutely loved this game, but I feel like with Frogger, it's something you play a couple times, then you're just kind of like done with. So I would rate it
Yeah.
similarly, I
Like
think.
it brought in a whole era. Like we had subsequent ones, and then there was like Rock Band.
Yeah.
They were for the time incredible, but I don't know. I don't know how much it was a phase and then the phase died.
Yeah, it's not
So I
sticking
don't
with me
know.
the same way some of these other ones were. So I think we can put those in C.
Mhm.
And I mean, we're going to just eventually have to do D, but I know we're not ready yet. We'll get there. I already got my sights on a couple that you'll
I don't know
fight
if we
me on.
will. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
fair
see.
enough.
All right, Halo's a great one. This is, I remember actually, I used to just sit there and watch you play Halo because I was not very good. But I did like driving the Raptors or whatever those four-wheel cars
Warthog.
are. Yeah, yeah.
This
But
is
this
an S
was
tier. There's no
this,
question. This is so you understand. This is so formative to like the
who you
person.
are.
Like yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Halo is your
um
Harry Potter for me, so I get it.
yeah, yeah.
No debate needed. S tier. Okay. The Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone PlayStation 1 game. This game was deranged. The pixels were so bad. I just remember Draco Malfoy
Nintendo.
being like a square. Yes, that was frustrating. The way you had to trace to learn the
Yes,
spells. But it was a good game. Like I remember
it was a
Peeves was
lot of
in
fun.
it. The Quidditch was also fun. Like I
It was
loved
a
this
great game.
game.
Like I don't I know that they made Harry Potter games for a few of the other movies. I don't know if they stopped,
Right.
but this has to be one of the best. I don't know. Like
A. I feel like
maybe
it's
it
an
wouldn't hold
A.
up. Yeah, it's an A.
It definitely
Um,
does not hold up. This
we
game is
had this. I
terrible.
don't know. We had this game for both the PlayStation 1 and the PC,
Computer. Hmm.
and they were slightly different. I don't remember what the differences were, but no, we got a lot out of this.
We really did. It got a lot of mileage. It's a definite A. But if you compare it to something like Hogwarts Legacy, it's obviously a no-brainer that this game is objectively
Oh,
bad.
different time. It's
But
what 30 years separated.
exactly, it deserves its spot in A. Okay, I'm gonna let you go first on Hey You
I
Pikachu.
can see now where the D was coming in.
Hated
Look,
this
I
game.
kind of agree. Like, I loved Pikachu. I mean, who doesn't? And Pokemon was obviously a mainstay in our pop culture consumption. But to be fair, I don't remember so much about it. I mainly remember the beginning when you're in the house. So, for those who don't know, this was very novel. It was for the N64, and it came with a like an extra piece of hardware, a microphone, and you gave commands to Pikachu. But
Through
I
the
don't
microphone.
remember. Yeah, yes, and you
And
start by saying,
Pikachu
"Hey,
didn't
you, Pikachu."
respond, and you had to do it over and over. And a core memory of my childhood is just you over and over. Hey, you, Pikachu! Solid D for me. It's triggering,
Yeah,
in
fair enough. You
fact.
can put it in the D category. I don't see anyone speak about this game. Yeah.
All those Hey You Pikachu fans, please come out of the woodwork and make Sam feel better about himself because he loved this. But you're right, you didn't really love this game. You loved Pikachu, which I get and understand. But this game sucked, and it's our first D, and I'm okay with that.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm
This
going
is
to
Link's
out
Awakening.
myself. I was going to say, I'm good to know if that was Ocarina of Time or Link's Awakening. We got the Game Boy version here, but we always played this for
Think it was
N64.
only for the game. No, it was this was only for the Game Boy.
Oh, then I'm thinking of
Ocarina of
Ocarina of
Time
Time.
was yeah.
Hmm. All right, well,
This
all the
one
Zelda
was
games
fun.
were too hard for me, so
They're
up to
tough.
you.
They are tough. I think this is an A.
I mean, Zelda, even if you didn't play the games that
Yeah,
well like
all the
me,
old Zelda games. I mean, you can make the argument for S, but speaking of like when we're playing together, it wasn't one that we would slot in so often to either watch each
exactly.
other play or take turns or whatever.
Yeah, okay, agreed. Agreed. I'm going to save that one for last, so we'll
Yeah.
move on to
Yeah.
this one here, which is, I believe, Mario Baseball. Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
This was a fun one. We used to spend a lot of nights with our older brother just playing Mario Baseball endlessly. I think this is an S tier game. One of my
I
favorite
agree.
Marios.
I agree. It's such a cool. I don't know if they still do them. I don't think that you have a Switch, and I don't think that they have a version out for like of a new
Yeah.
Mario Baseball.
I don't know. I actually don't know. They're always making new Mario games for the Switch. Like, I can't keep up. So
Mhm.
they might, but I have a sucker for the classics, and that one was a good one.
Making your team so great. Yeah.
Oh, it was the tea. That was so much fun. And that's why I think it's a cut above the rest because, like, just to keep on this trend here with Mario Tennis, also loved Mario Tennis. That was a great one. And we did play it a lot. But I would put that in an A because there was something just more about the baseball that you just felt a little more involved.
I agree. We can even do Mario Tennis now. It's an A. It was a lot of fun. Me and my friends, when I come back home to visit, will still sometimes play. It can be
Nice.
really annoying. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
A fits.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Mario Party 2. So, we had to just pick one Mario Party game because honestly, there's so many. This is definitely the one we played the most.
Hmm.
And it was a great game. It was really brutal. The way you can steal stars, I mean, relationship ruiners right there. So
Hmm.
I'm
And some
between
of
an
the
S
mini
and
games in
A.
this one are hard.
Yes.
Like if I recall correctly, this one has the picture where you have to make the same picture as like there's a lot of challenging ones. This is an
Yeah.
A,
Yeah.
but a lot of rage also involved in this.
I think that's why we can't put it in S because it is so rage inducing, but a great game. Okay, and then Mario Kart 64. I mean, it's a Mario Kart. I feel like this is at least an A, but I maybe not an S because like CTR is one of those racing games we would have played more of. But it's a classic. This is where it
I
all
think it's an
started.
A, mainly because even though you've skipped it here, Mario Kart Double Dash I think is better.
Oh, you're right. And I did skip it. These little icons are too small for my old eyes. But you're right. Double Dash was incredible. That will go in S. The way you can swap between the two characters is so
I think it's
cool.
the best Mario Kart
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Yeah, I agree. It was so much fun. Bring back Double Dash.
Hmm.
Oh God, talk about rage-inducing Super Monkey
Yeah.
Ball Deluxe. That was one of those ones where we were always passing the controller back and forth because we would play the kind of story mode adventure of all the different levels. And insane. And the rage you would feel when you fell off and knowing you had to give the controller over. The number of times
Hmm.
I've had actual nightmares remembering as children when I failed a one player game and you were just there ready to take the controller with your little claw. Yeah, doing it. No, triggering. So rage inducing. But honestly, this is one of the games we played the most.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. It was addicting, and there was once upon a time we were good at it, and we could beat
We
it, and we could go
were.
through it.
Yeah.
We played recently, and that was not the case. But
Listen, those damn
there was a
Switch
moment in time.
controllers, don't do this to yourself. Do not play an old school game on the Switch because the controls are way off. I have a lot of thoughts about that when we get to some other games, but it's not the same. That was humbling. It was a humbling experience trying to play that as an adult, but we were amazing at this when we were younger. I think it's S.
Yeah, I agree. For memory wise, like, and what we got out of it, it's an S.
Amazing. All right, we're probably gonna have to go through these a little quicker because we've got a lot.
Hmm.
So let's see what we can motor through here. I mean, Mortal Kombat trilogy. Uh,
It's a B.
yeah,
We didn't
I
play so
mean,
much. The violence was novel,
and the
but
characters
we
too. Sub Zero,
yes,
always a big fan of
exactly.
him. But yeah, I think it was a B just in terms of the way we would play games. Not so into that. And now some of the sports games were awesome. NBA Jam was sick. When the
Hmm.
ball would get catch on fire and he's on
Yes, is this the
fire.
one you could also have the big head mode? Um,
I don't know actually. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
so. Someone can correct us. Because you're right. With the ball would catch on fire. I seem to recall you could turn on a big head mode for this. We had a lot
Sounds
of
about
fun.
right. This is I think it's an S tier actually. It's such a good game.
Yeah, throw it in.
That's a fun game. And what was up with the 90s and wanting to make everyone's head big? It's so
I don't
weird.
know.
Anyway. Okay, then the NFL Blitz. I mean, that was a great one, but we didn't play it quite as much. I feel like that's maybe
No,
C.
it was just fun because you could be quite violent in it. I agree with C.
Okay, I'm noticing a pattern with you loving violence. It's great. The NHL one we did get a lot more mileage out of. I feel like that might even be a B.
Yeah, B. I believe this is 2001, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, or
That's what it's
I
intended to
think
be,
that's the one
whether
that we
that's
were
what I got or
the one that
not.
we played. Yeah.
Yeah, I always played as the Senators, no idea why, probably just trying to represent Canada, but I had
Yeah.
no knowledge of sports, so for me, if the ball was on fire, it made it S. Other than that, I was just playing with the boys. Okay, this one, Pokemon Snap. Our local Blockbuster used to have a little N64 setup. Do you remember that? And you could always
Yeah,
play Pokemon Snap. It's a great game. It's
it is
actually,
great.
and so calming. It's like a nice little, I don't
No, it's
know,
fun. It's a great. I would play it, like if I had it now, I would play it just if I had a 20-minute break or something.
right? Low
Um,
stakes, peaceful. But, I think at the same time, those rage inducing games are rage inducing for a reason because you get so addicted to them. This isn't a game that we would have been spent hours playing because we were so locked in. So I feel like it's maybe a little more middle of the pack.
yeah, agreed.
B?
Yeah, B.
Okay.
That's Stadium.
My bad. All right. Well, Stadium then. Stadium was way better. That was a
Yeah,
really fun game. Just kind of be able to play back and forth. I feel like
I think
that
it's
was
an A.
yeah, I was just going to say A. Same page. Okay, now we can get into the Game Boy games of it
The
all.
true
So I'm
Pokemon
just going to
games.
swap these. Truly.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, all right, so we have to start with red
There's
and
no
blue.
debate on this. Yeah, yeah. We know where it's going, of course.
I don't even think we need to talk about it. If you disagree with us, I'd love to hear your take, but it's
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. It's
Gold and
a
silver, we're
staple
not.
of every childhood. Gold and
Absolutely.
silver, I don't know. Like we got these shortly after red and blue, but we always went back to red and blue
I
and
know.
yellow.
I feel
Um,
like this is a B. It's the same
yeah,
idea, but it's
yeah,
not the
I agree.
same nostalgia.
It's a great game. A lot of people like it more than the originals, but like you said, nostalgia, you can't beat the originals.
You just can't. Okay, feeling good about that. Rayman. This is another one I only remember playing this in hotel rooms. Like
Hmm.
for whatever reason, whenever we were traveling, we would boot up the PlayStation rentals and get Rayman.
Yeah, agreed. But I think it's a C. Like it was just because it was what was there.
Yeah.
Um,
Not that
yeah,
it's
I
not a
miss
fun
hotels
game.
having consoles.
Where'd those go? That was awesome. And I remember it was a fun game, and I like it was like level based, or honestly, I'm gonna embarrass myself. I don't remember enough about it, but it was fun when we had nothing else to do in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Okay, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. So that was a computer game, or at least that's how we played
We got it
it.
from a cereal box.
Yes, you're right. The cereal box games. Honestly, life used to be just honestly beautiful. It's kind of sad where we're at today as a society. Are there even cereal box games anymore? Probably not.
No, no.
I mean, this is a great game. The fact that you got it out of a cereal box makes me just want to put it in S because, like,
I love this game. Like I was telling you earlier, but I used to play this just in university during class. Just it's so fun. And it takes a lot of brain power, so I wasn't
useful
lacking on
skills,
education.
time management.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
I don't know
I
if
think
it's
it's an
necessarily
A.
an S. Okay.
It's not
All
an S
right.
for our purposes, but it was
Yeah.
fun and we got it out of a cereal box. So.
All right. Into it. Agree with A. All right, this one's a little bit older too. This is kind of on the cusp. Now we're into Xbox territory with Simpsons Road Rage. And there's one summer we were saying that had a cottage outside of our hometown, and we played Road Rage like religiously, which is
Yeah.
weird because it was the summer and we were at a cottage. But I mostly remember out
It's
of
in the
that whole
evenings.
summer the Road Rage.
Yeah.
It's a great game. It's really stressful, but it was fun. I don't know. I
It
don't
is
really
fun. You get
remember
a
a
lot of
ton
cool
about it.
vehicles.
Yeah.
You get the world to explore. I think it's a great game. I think it's
He's like,
B.
you're a taxi
Yeah.
driver, right? Like you're driving people to
Yes, that's
destinations.
right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Because
mean,
there's a
it's
very
solid.
similar game called Hit and Run, but this is the one that we played the most. And yeah, this is. I
Yeah.
think it's a B or an A.
Let's put it
You
in
can have
B.
the final say. Yeah.
I think it's a B. When we look at our A's, like we played
Yeah.
these a lot more than these ones here. Okay, the Sonic and Knuckles game for, was it Sega Genesis?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this was a really, really fun game. I loved the Sonic games. The rings, it's
Yes.
just so
Yeah.
iconic.
No, this was a lot of fun. This was, I think, the first time you could do two-player with these, and someone can correct me. If my memory is right, you had to put this cartridge on top of the original Sonic one, or you could do something like this
Oh my God.
to either put the two-player mode on or something. I don't quite remember how that functioned,
You're
but it was
unlocking a
cool.
core memory. There was a specific trick with this to play two player. We
Something
should look
like
into
that. I
that,
don't know.
but
Yeah.
it
Anyways, I
was
think
fun.
it's a B. The Sega Genesis was very early on, and aside from like Earthworm Jim and Echo, I don't have so many memories with it.
Yeah, that's true. But it's such a classic. I mean, I think B
You
is a
can
good
move it up to
spot.
A. It is a great game, and it holds up.
Let's keep it in B for now. We can do a final look at the end here. All right. I mean,
Hmm.
we're getting into some heavy S tier territory, in my humble opinion, because we were massive Spyro fans. So we didn't play the first Spyro. We actually played Ripto's Rage the most, without question.
Yeah, no,
I
easily.
love that game. All the different seasonal worlds that you would go to, and then the
Hmm.
levels and getting all the orbs. And we were good at these games. And I will say, these aren't really hard. Like maybe there's challenging moments, but you're able to just redo
What's
it
the
until you
Speedway?
succeed.
I,
Okay, I take
what's it called
everything
again?
back. Metro Speedway.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And the orb you have to get where you're specifically getting these bags of money as they fall off of these different buildings. I take everything back. These are hard games. The speedways. Ugh. Okay,
They're
but it's
fun
still
though.
incredible.
They're unbelievable. Along with GoldenEye and CTR, I would say that this is one that we,
Most
especially
played.
for a single player game, we played this all of the time. And if I'm not mistaken, you will still do a yearly playthrough
Don't out
of
me
at
like
least this
that.
one.
Okay, actually, I'm glad you reminded me because, yes, this is what I was saying earlier. I play these games remastered on the Switch. Don't do it. The speedways are so much harder. The controls don't work on a Switch. I could do a whole separate rant on that. I'm not going to talk about it here. I hate the Switch controllers. I do try to do like a biannual play, but the Switch has made it infuriating. But I think all that to say,
S
it's a clear
tier.
S
That's
tier
a
for
strong
us.
S. Ripto's Rage
Strong.
is unbelievable.
Yeah, incredible game. I was always so proud. This is one of the few games growing up I was able to 100% complete. So, again, speaks to my ineptitude, but a classic game. As for Year of the Dragon, it probably was actually a better game when you think about it. Finding the eggs and going through it, and there was more levels and more worlds, but just doesn't hit the same for me.
Yeah, I agree. The villain, I didn't like the extra characters, the penguin, and then there's the big guy. I don't know remember their names.
Oh, yeah, you're the kangaroo at one
The
point.
kangaroo, like it was cool,
I liked
But
that.
for whatever reason, I want to play Spyro. I don't want to be you.
You were also a
So
huge Spyro fan. Spyro,
yeah,
Pikachu.
it's a little dragon. Come on. So I think this is an A. Like we played this as a lot as well, like many times. Not as much as Ripto's Rage, but
Yeah,
it belongs either A or S. But I think A is good.
agreed. Agreed. Okay, couldn't actually find the image of this pod racing game, but the Star Wars TIE Fighter, or not TIE Fighter, Pod
Pod
Racer.
Racer.
Oh my God, this pod racing game was incredible. I will say it's another one that was kind of frustrating, but it was so fun to be able to play two-player. I just loved it. It's a different take on a racing game. Clearly, we loved racing games, but I feel like this is
It
a
was
solid
very cool.
A.
And do you remember when you would take damage on the course and then your one of
Right.
your sides, I don't know what they're called, like the engines of would
Would
break
fall
off and you'd
off.
spiral, you'd start to spiral. It was
Yeah.
super cool. Also, it was a tough racing game.
Yeah, it was.
But the levels were awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it
this
was
is an
fun.
A.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Great game. Oh my God, Star Fox like might be a D for me. Again, it just too hard, and I was too incompetent to be playing a game like this.
It was tough. And Pippi or the little frog or who I don't know, it's the donkey who's like do a barrel roll. A lot of cool
I
memories from
hated that
this,
guy.
but I don't know. It was really hard, especially towards the end of the game. This is one I think that if we ever played, it was just on our own. We didn't really do it together. So
Yeah.
B or C.
Well
It's a
then,
really cool game,
C.
but
Just
yeah.
remember that this is our nostalgic childhood ranking, not the quality of the games. We got to put Star Fox in C because it was so hard, and the only thing they gave me was Fox in Super Smash Bros. So C is where that belongs. Okay,
Street Fighter
Street
2
Fighter
for the
2.
SNES. This game is hard as
Classic.
hell. This is also very difficult. Even
Sent to
today,
me.
playing it is hard. Like,
I mean, I have not played a Street Fighter game in God knows how long. I
they're good.
always lost. I just thought you and our brother were really good, but
No,
I
I
think
was
I
always
was,
miserable at these games. Like, they're really fun.
yeah.
It deserves a high ranking, but for our purposes, a B, maybe C.
I'm going C because I just remember losing all the time and it rankles me. So C it is. Okay. All right, the Game Boy Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. This
Yes,
game
this was
was
awesome.
incredible. Like, we would just be quietly sitting, not speaking, very similar to today's society, I guess, but just playing away on our Game Boys for hours on end is such an infuriating game, but so much
It
fun.
is. And but we memorized quite a lot because you can skip a lot of the stages.
Yeah.
Um, it
Certain
was fun, but also
flower
infuriating, yes.
pot pipes that you would go down, or flower pipes
Yeah,
that would like
exactly.
lead you to a whole different area. Yeah, we played a lot of this game. I mean, I just feel for playtime alone, and
It's an A.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
The SNES
Okay.
Mario Kart,
Oh,
the
this one
first
was
one.
so infuriating. The haunted mansion where there was all
I
those
was
black
just thinking
holes.
this.
Oh my god,
Yes,
that's
where you
so
fall through.
annoying. Yes.
Really cool. We played this one a lot, and I don't know why, because when we would have, the N64 probably was the mainstay console, but I have a lot of memories of us three playing this.
I know we did play this one a lot, and I don't know why. I mean, it was fun. It was a good game, especially for the time. I feel like it's another A. We're getting kind of padded in the
But
A's,
I don't know,
but
because I don't think it's as good as Mario Kart 64, just by nature of the
true.
technology.
B
I
then.
think B is, yeah.
Okay. Okay, agreed. Oh my gosh, I
This is
don't
Super
actually know
Mario
what this game
RPG for
is.
the SNES.
Oh
So this is another
yeah.
one that we would really just watch our older brother play. It was
Yeah.
also turn-based, kind of like the Final Fantasy game.
Right.
Um, I don't
Maybe
think it
like a
was as difficult, but yeah, like we didn't play it so much.
okay, we'll put that in maybe D. I mean, we didn't even really play it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it was more like wa observe. We didn't play it, we watched.
Yeah. Give
Um,
Pikachu a friend down there anyway.
of this game.
Super Mario Sunshine. I mean, that's an incredible game. It's just so much fun. This is another one. We actually played this together quite a bit, but this was the GameCube. This was when we were starting
Hmm.
to separate our play times a little bit in
Yeah,
terms of gaming. So I remember it fondly. I don't remember playing it with you quite as much, but I still feel like it's a game worthy of an A tier or something.
I agree. I think this is the best of the ones that I've played, even over Mario 64. Have we gotten to Mario? Oh no, it's coming.
No, it's
I don't
coming.
know. This one was a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun memories. I would put it A. It's a
All
strong
right.
A, but like you said, because we didn't really share the experience so much, it's
Yeah,
not an
it's
S.
it's close to S. On its own, it is absolutely an S game, but for the purposes of today, we'll put it in A.
This is
Um,
Super Mario World for the
yeah.
SNES.
That's right. Okay. So this is another one that I do remember playing a bit myself, but mostly I just watched you or John play. I didn't really do a
We
bunch
would
of it.
play and we'd play with our cousins. I think it wasn't so much because we had the other Mario games.
Yeah.
We didn't play it so often, so C, I would put it in. That's not to say that Super Mario World is a C game, but
Just
it
full
wasn't.
caveat.
Yeah, we had other Mario games that took our attention.
Yeah. Like Super Smash Bros., which we played
Yes, the original.
hours of. I mean, this is just an immediate S. No
Agreed.
notes.
No
Love
notes.
it. Similarly with Super Mario 64, I love
Agreed.
this game. This is such a good game. Also very hard, but such a good game. Love it. Okay, we're getting close now. So this is the
This is
Super
the
Smash
Melee
Bros for
for
GameCube
GameCube. Yeah.
Melee. This also was really fun, and actually we might have logged just as many, maybe even more hours on this one.
Yeah, I like it
It's not as good
definitely,
though.
and that, like you said, in the GameCube era, we were branching off, and I definitely played this one more with my friends
Yeah.
because at that
Yeah.
point, the N64 one was kind of showing its age. It had a lot less characters. Yeah, our S is filling up, but it's an S game.
Don't
I mean,
care. It's where it belongs.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Okay, so this one is Ocarina of Time, which is the
hmm
only Zelda game I actually remember playing as a
We
kid.
had and this in Majora's Mask. It had you don't have it on the list here, but it was the purple,
Yeah,
darker
that's
one.
right.
It
Oh, I
was a lot
forgot
more
about Majora's
difficult.
Mask. Yeah, I gave up on
Um,
that one real fast because
you
it
were on
was
a
hard.
timer. Yeah, both
Yes.
of these games are incredible on their own. Like they're S tier games, but we didn't really play them together. The temples were extremely tough.
Yeah.
I don't think we made it through when we were kids.
I mean, maybe we put this one in an A as well because it is still an
Yeah.
incredible game, but it just
The
wasn't something
music
we
and
played a
the
lot
opening
of.
scene, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. All right. Okay, so this is where we start to veer off into again another weird one, but we always played this
Very weird.
Timon and Pumbaa game for our PC, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I think this
Yeah,
was also another cereal box game.
I believe you. It definitely has that look. It was so fun though. Like there were all of these different mini games within it, right? Or
Yeah, you would go to Worlds, like it was
yes,
point and click,
that's right.
and then there were mini games within it, and they were fun. But geez, I'm trying to like I don't even really remember the name. It was Jungle something.
Oh yeah, no, I have
Can you see
absolutely
it
no
here? Yeah,
idea.
like
No.
it was such a moment in time. There was probably we probably played it for one summer, but
Yeah.
we played it a lot.
It is
I think it's a
memorable. I
B.
think of it a lot as a game that we played that's very retro and I would never think of again, but I agree. It doesn't hold the same memories. That's a B for us. Now, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, oh my gosh, playing
Classic.
Force, that was
Yeah, yeah.
so much fun. That's a great game. And you could just like, you could play it on your own, but you could play it with people. I loved it. I feel like that's another S tier just for hours logged, truly.
hmm
Okay, putting it in an S. Oh my God, the Toy Story 2 PS1 game.
This game was so good.
It was incredible. Being
I feel
Buzz
like
Lightyear.
we tried to play this like in the last, I don't know, 7 years. Like that sounds like a long stretch of time, but more recently than I would have ever thought, right? Like,
Yeah, I do recall
or
that.
you had
I think we tried to we must have like hooked up an old PS2, but this would have been like 10 years
PS1.
ago.
Yeah.
PS1, sorry, right. And tried to play it. I do remember trying to play it recently, or maybe there's like a remastered version for the Switch or something. Like all these games really doesn't hold up, but this was a really cool game. The way you were literally a toy and you kind of start it's like a whole world. You start in the home, the house of whatever Andy's house, I guess, is where you are because you're trying to find Woody. But you get to go through all the different levels. You're in the basement, the kitchen, then you're
The
outside.
gully, that was
Oh
the
my
hardest one, or the
God.
sand pit, the construction site. This
Yeah, the
game was tough as
construction
well.
site. I mean, games were just hard back then, but this was really fun. And it was another one where as long as you put in the hours, you would just eventually be able to beat the game. Like you didn't really need skill at the end of the day. Or you could still get through it even if you didn't have skill, like me. But I loved this game. I'm
This
like
game is
tempted to
really
put it in
good.
S, but I feel like maybe it's
I
an
think it
A.
deserves it because I think it's an S just for not only the game, but then also what we got out of it. Because
The
though we
memes.
didn't play it maybe as much as say CTR, it was on the just the next rung under.
It was on the
And
roster for sure.
do you remember? I won't take so much time, but do you remember there was another Toy Story game? It's not on this list. It was on the PC, similar to the Timon and Pumbaa one.
Yeah.
And it's like you're hiding under the pine cones,
Yeah.
and then you're
Crossing the
in the
street.
airport.
And
Pine cones
you
or
had to get into
pylons.
the
Yeah.
suitcases like in the cargo
Yes.
area. Yeah, I do remember that.
If
That's a
anyone
core
remembers
memory
that game,
unlocked.
put the name of that down because I
Please.
totally blanked on that.
You're right, that was a PC game though, the one you're talking about.
Hmm.
God, I have no idea. Okay, I need to know. We need answers. If anyone played this game, please let us know. All right, we're getting down to the last five. So let's try to wrap this up a bit. Turtles in Time. Oh my God. A classic game, but another one that we just both watched in awe
Hmm.
as our
This was before
brother.
my time.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we put this in C once again, not to reflect the game quality. 'Cause I remember it actually being a really fun, cool game, especially for the time.
Also hard.
But oh my God, no
Bears
kidding.
repeating, all right? These games are tough.
All of these games were hard. That's basic,
Yeah,
except Hey
Pokemon
You
wasn't.
Pikachu. All right, to round us off, Twisted Metal. This was such a
Great
fun
game.
game. Oh my God, I loved it. I distinctly remember the clown and the ice cream car.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
I
really
forget
cool
his
game.
name. Geez.
I don't
Eh,
remember
I
any of
won't
them.
dwell on it.
No, like I can't even remember the characters. If I saw them, I'm sure it would unlock a bunch of
Yeah,
memories.
yeah,
But we kind of
exactly.
went into this blind. I should have done a little refresher on these games.
No, no, this is the way it should
Um,
be done.
yeah, I loved this game. I don't know where exactly I would rate it. I don't feel like it's an S, but what do you
It's
think?
not an A either. I think it's a B or a
B?
C. They're
Okay.
really cool, really fun, but we didn't play it so much.
Yeah. Okay, we'll put it in B for now. Oh my gosh. All right, rounding out our very weird niche video games we played growing up, this Walt Disney World Quest adventure
It's like,
race game. Um,
yeah,
you're Chip and Dale doing different races, and I think we both remember most when you're in the log going down the waterfall or through the river bends. But it's a racing game, and we used to have so
yeah. We
much
just
fun with
remember
this
the
one.
song "It's a Small World" plays in the background or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Not creepy
It
at
was a lot
all.
of fun. We would just play this when we visited the grandparents. There was a Blockbuster we would rent it from. We never
Yeah.
owned it, I don't think.
You're right. This was a rental game. Hilarious that we both remember this because it feels like it was not that popular, but I feel like it's a
I've
solid
never
C.
heard tell of it. I don't. Yeah, I'm surprised we found it. So, yeah, it's a
I
C.
I'm impressed there was an image of it. If anyone has played this game, please let us know because it was amazing. I can't even remember what it was called. Magical Racing Tour. Anyway, solid game. Must check out. All right, ending off very strong here as we wrap this up. Worms Armageddon was our first experience of any Worms game. This is
So
another one
good.
that could end relationships, like truly, the way you could just target someone and take them down.
Bunker
One of the best
Buster,
games ever.
the Holy
Yeah.
Hand Grenade. Yeah, the incredible, incredible game.
I mean, sounds like we're both saying S here.
I think A. Like,
A.
I think an A.
All right. When you
It
think
was a
about the
lot of fun.
ones,
I think the ones that came later were better.
you're right.
But this is the, I don't know. We had some good memories with it, but it wasn't a class. Like some of those up there in the S tier ones are childhood defining.
Agreed. Agreed. All right. Well, the very last one we wanted to put on here was a bit of a newer game. What is it? Xbox One?
360.
Xbox 360. Well, Lego Harry Potter, particularly years 1 to 4, but 5 to 7 was also played. We have logged days playing this
Oh,
game.
easily.
And
We probably beat it front to back 100% upwards of 5 times.
I was going to say 5. Yeah, easily. It's an incredible game. It's so fun. And we used to, I mean, like, I was in university at this point, and we would just hang out in our basement playing these games. I remember your friends would come over and try to hang out, and you'd be like, no, I'm busy. And we would just go back to hours of this game.
It's
This
like
game and
3 in the
craft
morning.
dinner.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then you'd fall asleep on the couch, and I just relentlessly kill your Lego player to
I
make
would,
the controller vibrate to wake you
ah,
up.
that I would wake up from that so traumatized. And exactly, you're just murdering me over and over. Just such a lighthearted game, like really no stakes. Classic game. It's S for
No,
us,
just fun,
right?
and it really summarizes our playing games together. We
Yeah.
had, like you said, we had branched off in our late childhood, but then came back for a few classics, and this is the pinnacle of that.
Came together. Lego Harry Potter, bringing siblings together. Um, S. Yes.
Yeah, and us, like you said, we have days logged. Like, we know it front to back, so
Love it. All right. Well, there's our list. I mean, obviously, we really prioritize the games we remembered the most. So you can see it's very top heavy. And, we don't need to go through them all, but I think at least looking at our S list, you can see some classics here. We're big fans of Mario, Pokemon, Spyro, everything in between. The Crash games really deserve a shout out. What would you say is your favorite game of all of these? Do you have one?
um,
From
Like
again, just the
it's tough. I
nostalgia
know.
lens.
The way to view it. Yeah, exactly. It's so tough. These are so good. I think it would be a tie between CTR or Ripto's Rage.
Yeah.
Just out of pure memory, like years of our childhood. These never got old. These weren't like because it wasn't the same like it is now. When you got a game, you played it and you played it and you played it for years, and those are the two that I look back fondly on the
Yeah.
most.
I agree with you. Just to choose different ones because those two are very strong. I would say GoldenEye and Super Monkey Ball immediately hit for me too.
Oh, not Pokemon. Interesting. Because
Pokemon
Pokemon
for
was tough
sure.
because that's when all three siblings could play because we had red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah, that's right. And we'd all play there with our different Game Boys. No, I mean, it's impossible to choose. That's why they're
It
all
is,
S
yeah, it
tier.
is.
But what I love about Super Monkey Ball and GoldenEye is the memories of, you and our older brother and I playing GoldenEye is just such a core memory. And then Monkey Ball is one I actually kind of got good at because we just played it for so long. So
Yeah. No,
that's
these
my
are all they're
choice.
great answers and great childhood. I would go back in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun and we had a lot of games. So there you have it. There's our tier list. We'd love to hear what you think, and I'm sure that there's a lot of conversation to be had because we've made some bold choices here. But we're sticking by it. But comment below. We'd love to hear what your favorite video games were growing up, and if you have an opinion on any of the ones that we've gone through today. Awesome. More good takes next time. See y'all then.
See you guys.